Hello, my name is Kyle Dowd, and I am a freshman at the Walter Cronkite School of Journalism at Arizona State University. In this video, I will be counting down the top 10 greatest American journalists of the 20th century. I developed a ranking system based on accolades and legacy. A Peabody and Alfred I. DuPont Award were each worth 1 point, a Pulitzer Prize was worth 2 points, and all other awards were counted as half of a point. Long-lasting impact, longevity, Television Hall of Fame induction, and groundbreaking achievements were all factored into a journalist's legacy. The journalist with the greatest legacy was awarded 20 points, the second greatest legacy was given 18 points, and so on, with the smallest legacy given 2 points. Coming in at number 10 on the list is Bob Schieffer with 8 points. Schieffer has interviewed every U.S. president since Richard Nixon, served on the Saturday edition of the CBS Evening News for 20 years, and was the station's chief White House correspondent for 33 years. He is in both the Broadcasting and Cable Hall of Fame and the National Academy of Arts and Sciences Hall of Fame, and the Library of Congress has even named Schieffer a living legend. His show Face the Nation helped him win the Walter Cronkite Award in 2013 and the Edward R. Murrow Award in 2009. 8 Emmys add to his list of awards. Next is a three-way tie between Seymour Hersh, Ernie Pyle, and Ida Tarbell, who all had 12 points. Seymour Hersh was awarded 6 legacy points for his impact during his ongoing 57-year career. He reported on Project Jennifer, an $800 million secretive Cold War CIA mission to retrieve a Soviet Navy submarine from the ocean floor, and most famously he exposed the My Lai massacre. The My Lai massacre report detailed the killings of hundreds of unarmed Vietnamese civilians by U.S. soldiers in March of 1968. The story greatly reduced public support of the Vietnam War and ultimately won Hersh a Pulitzer Prize in 1970. With 10 legacy points and tied with Hersh overall is Ernie Pyle. His legacy includes the Ernie Pyle School of Journalism at the University of Indiana, as well as his incredible ability to find a story in conventionally ordinary people. These accounts began in rural America and later transitioned to stories about American soldiers during World War II. His war reporting won him the Pulitzer Prize in 1944, but unfortunately his brilliant career was cut short the next year when he was killed by enemy fire during the Battle of Okinawa. Harry Truman once said of Ernie Pyle, "No man in this war has so well told the story of the American fighting man as American fighting men wanted it told." The last journalist in the tie is Ida Tarbell, with 12 legacy points. Her lack of awards, due to their general non-existence in her era, was well compensated by her role as a leading muckraker in a male-dominated field. Ida Tarbell is most well known for the investigative reporting that brought down the oil monopoly of John D. Rockefeller. Her 1904 book, The History of the Standard Oil Company, was listed at number 5 in a 1999 list by New York University of the top 100 works of 20th century American journalism. In 2000, she was posthumously inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame. Number 6 with 14 points, Dorothy Thompson. Dorothy Thompson was ranked second behind Eleanor Roosevelt in 1939 by Time magazine as the most influential woman in America. She is sometimes hailed as the First Lady of American journalism. She was appointed head of the New York Post Berlin Bureau in 1927, making her the first woman to head a foreign news bureau. She interviewed Hitler in 1931 and eventually became the first journalist to be expelled from Germany. She was hired by NBC in 1936, and her radio broadcasts went on to become some of the most popular in the United States. At number 5, with a total of 15 points, is John Hersey. On the same New York University list that Tarbell's book placed 5th, Hersey's account of the aftermath of the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima, Japan, took top honors. Hersey is also considered one of the earliest practitioners of new journalism, which emphasizes truth over fact and immerses the reporter into the story. Though it is less popular today, it was hugely influential at the time and in the following decades. He wrote over 25 books and won a Pulitzer Prize in 1945. The John Hersey Prize at Yale is named in his honor. Number 4 is Tom Brokaw, with a point total of 23.5. Though his legacy isn't as grand as many of the other journalists on this list, Brokaw's list of achievements is awe-inspiring. He has won 3 Peabodys, 2 DuPonts, and 29 other awards, including a Walter Cronkite Award and a Murrow in 2006. He has been inducted into the Television Hall of Fame and is the only person to host all 3 major NBC programs. His 56-year career is perhaps the most decorated of any journalist in American history. Bob Woodward comes in at number 3 on the list with 24.5 total points and 16 legacy points. Woodward has written 18 best-selling books on American politics, but he is easily best known for the original reporting he did with Carl Bernstein on the Watergate scandal. Their reporting led to the eventual resignation of President Nixon and forever changed the way the U.S. public views its government. His reports contributed to 2 Pulitzer Prizes won by the Washington Post, and he himself has won nearly every major award in American journalism, including the Walter Cronkite Award in 2001. Edward R. Murrow takes the number 2 spot with 29.5 points. His 6 Peabodys are unmatched by any journalist on this list. He has been inducted into the Television Hall of Fame, and the Washington State School of Journalism bears his name. He is remembered for his catchphrase, "Good night and good luck," for his reporting on the London air raids during World War II, and for being the first to report on the Buchenwald concentration camp. His war reporting team, the Murrow Boys, and his CBS radio show, Hear It Now, both gained widespread recognition. Hear It Now evolved into the television show See It Now, on which Murrow greatly criticized Senator Joseph McCarthy and his accusations of a communist takeover in the U.S. The Edward R. Murrow Award commemorates his legacy. Walter Cronkite has the highest point total on the list at 31, and he has the farthest-reaching legacy. He won 4 Peabodys and 14 other awards, including the Presidential Medal of Freedom, an award only given to 2 other journalists on this list, Brokaw and Murrow. He was best known as the 19-year anchorman for the CBS Evening News, during which he was named the most trusted man in America. He reported on nearly every significant event that occurred during his lifetime, including the Nuremberg trials, the Vietnam War, the assassinations of JFK, MLK, and John Lennon, and the Watergate scandal. His report from Vietnam exposed the likelihood of a stalemate, prompting then-President Johnson to say, "If I've lost Cronkite, I've lost Middle America." Cronkite is also the only non-NASA recipient of the Ambassador of Exploration Award. Arizona State's journalism school was founded under his name and annually gives out the Walter Cronkite Award for Journalism Excellence.